Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend and purveyor of good vibes. So today we are here to play some Genshin Impact and get Spiral Abyss done, because it's gonna be resetting in like 5 days and it's probably better to get it done now than later. And especially when I kind of have like a breathing room to kind of do a bit more other things in Genshin besides main story, right, which I've been focused on for quite a bit. And then if I still have time, then I will get a start on Neuvillette's story. I haven't bought it yet, but right there, considering that he seems to be like a key person in Fontaine, it feels like it's a wise idea to kind of get his character story done early and maybe linear afterwards. But I imagine I won't be able to do Neuvillette's story in one go. It might take today and tomorrow. Yeah, like 2 days to get it done. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But first of all, let's get this out of the way, and hopefully it won't be too bad. I already have, assuming how like Spiral Abyss works, this is the third time this Spiral Abyss is reappearing. So if it's the third time, then in the other 2 times I got max stars, I should be able to get max stars in this time around as well. There's just this modifier. When the character HP increases or decreases, their normal attack and charge attack damage will increase by 6% for 6 seconds. Okay, well, that benefits my characters quite a bit because I do a lot of normal attacks. So let's go ahead and jump in. Force 9 to 12. Gotta build up my Primogems, right? Because Farina is coming up soon. And not only that, a rerun of Raiden is coming up soon too. So lots of good characters like just coming so soon that I just need to kind of start saving as much as I can. Okay, first one's easy usually. I just need to kind of make sure I match the right elements, or else I'll be stuck sometimes. I remember there was like some enemies before that was giving me trouble, but Ayaka team in the bottom and Neuvillette team at the top seems to be the play here. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't ever really remember the times I do it, but considering that if I did it pretty well the first time or second time, and I kind of go through the exact same thought process, that I should be able to get the same results. It shouldn't be too bad. Don't exactly need to remember what I did. Okay, then Ayaka team in the bottom. Though I could also use Neuvillette team in the bottom too. But usually that's kind of overkill. It's Neuvillette team is a little bit more better when they're a little more like durable. If they die too quickly, like by like a flicker or a finger, then it's actually kind of slower to beat the floor with a Neuvillette team. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with Ayaka on the bottom. Just stick with the normal standard freeze comp. And we should be good to go. Oh, these guys over here. Try to put in a bit more closer.
Lucky day. Going somewhere?
I swear by my sword! Shut up! Blood of frost!
Normally I kind of spam all my bursts a little bit more close together, but they're dying so quickly that I'm trying to spread things a little bit more farther apart. Okay.
Let's get down to business.
Allow me! Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Busted. Game's up.
Oh, there were enemies behind me. I thought it was just those 3.
Finally.
Yeah, the nice thing about Venti is the fact that you wipe one team, that his burst still might be active for the second wave of enemies. That's why he's so good at Spiral Abyss.
One with
You
Nick.
can get right in the middle.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night into the wind.
Barbados, guide us.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is, yeah, I forgot to update my thumbnail for 4.1. So for a while, I've been using the 4.0 thumbnail. But, I mean, I was trying to use the 4.0 thumbnail
One with nature.
until I was done with the 4.0 story. But the problem was I never was able to really narrow down where
Hear me.
the divide is, right, when 4.1 story started. So I didn't know when to start using 4.1 thumbnail. Yeah, I just started using 4.1 thumbnail today because for sure I know that since I'm caught up with the story,
Gotcha. Take it easy.
yeah, that since I'm caught up with the story right now, that I should be, this is definitely at 4.1 content.
Take
I
flight.
wouldn't be surprised Lenny was actually a 4.0 content, but for sure, Neuvillette, he's a 4.1 content. Going for the ranged enemy right here.
Brace yourselves.
Not Kazuha. I'm just so used to using Kazuha with his team.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Whirling snow.
That was a little bit overkill. Just a little bit.
Illusion shatter. Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Oh, it's kind of weird that they add this thing to me right here. Like the thing in the middle.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
Guess it helps you with reactions a bit more.
Speed.
I don't really use it for that.
Flows through me.
Oh, she actually survived through that.
This body belongs to ice and snow.
Thinking that I was taking it easy because I was thinking that explosion was just gonna kill her right off the bat. She like survived by a sliver.
Pay your dues.
Rest and rebuild.
Oh nope, wait, Venti.
Uphill battle.
Hold on.
Let's play.
Oh what? Not enough energy? Yeah, not enough energy.
Game's up. Fun's over. My apologies. Unthinkable. Embrace the ice. So
Ouch. This assassin actually might be
No escape.
kind of annoying right now. Normally, when I have crowd control, they're not a big deal.
gotcha. These are about to get
Just wasn't already.
whirling snow.
It's ready now. Okay. Floor 10. How long does it take me to get floor 9 done? Like 5 minutes? It's probably 5 minutes. And then... Hey, Undying Star. I somewhat remember you. When was the last time I seen you around? It wasn't yeah, it was not yesterday, right? There's a lot of people popping into my stream yesterday when I was streaming the watermelon game. But no, you were definitely not there because I was streaming the watermelon game on Kick. I feel like the only game I kind of stream on Twitch nowadays are games that give me like bonuses on streaming the game when they have drops. No, the last Genshin stream, huh? Last Genshin stream was last Thursday, I think. Yeah, because I was doing some Baldur's Gate stream over the weekend on YouTube. Okay, wait. Okay, I kind of think. So I see Paro at the top. I remembered some of the crowd enemies somewhere was causing me trouble. Feel like it had to be at the top. Was it Electro enemy? Anyway, I think it's safe to assume. No, maybe I used the Neuvillette team up here and it gave me trouble. But anyway, I think if I use Eula at the top, it'll be fine. Yeah, so how have you been? Also, are you also playing Honkai as well? Honkai Star Rail? I was like wondering how many people who are playing Genshin also play Honkai Star Rail. Jean. I'm trying to figure out who my team comp is. Jean and Kazuha. So the bottom would be Ayaka. Since they're kind of boss-like enemies, I'll go ahead and use my Hyperbloom team. I haven't used Hyperbloom team too much, so get the chance here. It's good. You don't play Honkai. What have you been up to? Yeah, I mean, is it the things I've been up to is like, you know, Genshin, Baldur's Gates, and Suka games so far. The Watermelon game. Have you seen people play the Watermelon game? I think it's so popular. I was surprised. Like, I did it because I was like, I should do at least one Watermelon game because it seems like everybody else is doing it. I didn't know why everybody was doing it. Maybe it was just like bad or something. But I was like, the game is cheap, and doing one stream can't hurt. I was really surprised how many people kind of showed up to watch me play that game. I guess it's just a really easy game to watch people play and see people get very frustrated in it.
Shine down!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature.
If only there was a way just to tone down Kazuha's visuals when he does that ult. You can barely see anything. Okay, trying to remember how I played this Hyperbloom team.
Hey! Share my knowledge! Here comes the catch. Dissipate! Take flight! Yeah!
Oh, you're down already. Forget that these are still, you know, floor 10 enemies, so they're still kind of finicky, or not finicky, fragile. Just a slight touch and they'll just kind of die. Okay, here I'm hoping I picked the right characters for this. I feel like this caused me trouble last time I did this, but I think I just had the wrong team for this.
Shut up!
But having a mix of both Cryo and Electro makes it pretty hard for you to kind of not have the right team for it.
Illusion shattered!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Easy, easy. Okay. Dodge, dodge.
Game's up. Fun's over. Stand with me! Whirling snow!
I think you're a little bit tougher, so I'm dropping that on you. Debating if you want to get Yelan's weapon to R5 or get Ganyu to C6. I mean, I would say it's probably better to get Ganyu to C6. What level, what's constellation is Ganyu right now? And what refinement is your Yelan's weapon? Are they like both one away, or is one more closer than the other? If they're both one away, I'll say constellation is the easiest way to go with the biggest bang for your buck, because C6 are usually kind of really powerful constellations. It kind of depends on the character, but in most cases, you kind of do want C6. Ganyu at C0 and Yelan's weapon at R1. Because in the end, just having R1 of a weapon is a big deal already, right? Like, I feel like when you level up weapons refinements, it's kind of linear. But when it comes to character constellations, like it's more like exponential type of growth.
Your journey ends
Shine
here,
down.
Lord of Sand.
Like for Eula, especially Eula, for example, like
Crush.
her damage gets really insane once she gets to C6, which is why a lot of people kind of chase after that. But not only that, the other problem I have with chasing weapons is the fact that it takes a lot more resources to get a copy of a weapon than it is to get a character. It's just because, you know, every future weapon banner always shares one other future weapon with it. I think the only time you really benefit from a weapon banner is if you actually need both of the weapons. But if one of the weapons are kind of useless...
Take it easy.
Started with the wrong character. If one of the weapons is kind of useless, then there's a 50% chance you're gonna get something you don't really need.
Get dicey. Our bond is strong. Take flight.
And that happens more often than it should. That's why people always complain about the weapon banners. Okay, floor 11. Yeah, thank you for wishing me luck. Sometimes you do need luck. Sometimes it depends on whether an enemy kind of gathers together for you or not, right? Usually when you have good characters and good strategies, it kind of mitigates how much luck you need, but you still need some luck sometimes to have a faster time. Usually I just need it on floor 11. It's usually really tight on floor 12. Floor 11 is still kind of easy. Okay, so Cryo Spectre, those were kind of annoying. Painted Phantasm, so some water enemies at the bottom. Regards. Oh, you know, I think I could use the exact same team I just used earlier. Yeah, it'll probably be fine. Definitely having Kazuha at the top is going to speed things up. And... oh, is this... usually the first chamber for this one tends to be a defend one, which is kind of annoying. But for sure, the top team is going to be fine. It's the bottom team I'm a little worried about, but we'll see. I think Hyper Bloom team should still work pretty well. I always forget Jean and Kazuha. Yaka, Yelan, Cookie, Nahida. The weapon banner is somewhat a scam. I do want to flex that you have a C6 R5 character. You love your Yelan though. Yeah. But like Yelan, yeah, Yelan's very good for at C6, and having an R1's already kind of good enough. I feel like you really only need to chase weapon refinements if you're out of everything else to work on. If you have other things you want to grab, especially constellations, I think that's just is a higher priority. And it also makes the character more fun to play, right? R5 weapons doesn't make things fun, they just make them hit harder. Right? If anything, you end battles more quicker, and I don't know if that's more fun for you. If it's cool that your characters hit harder, but I'm not sure if it's more fun. It's fun. I think it's fun chasing to get stronger, right? But you know, rolling to get stronger is kind of a different thing. It feels more like pay to win than it is to kind of earn your strength.
Shine down.
The wind knows me.
And it's partially the reason why I really avoid spending too much in the game if I can. I spend enough where I feel like I'm supporting the game enough, right? I literally just spend on Welcome Moon and sometimes the battle pass. Oh, I should probably use this.
Freeze to the core. I condemn you.
Sometimes I feel like it's overkill using that.
Crush.
I'm gonna explode early, which is fine.
There is no escape.
What I really need more is get more crowd control in.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Only I can heal this defense point. It's fun killing everything quick. You don't understand how people stay there and take 20 minutes to kill hurley trolls. Never recommend wailing on Genshin. Yeah, like I get, like I said, getting strong by like, you know, farming for like artifacts, putting things together, having good character synergy. Those are things I like to do to get, you know, to kill things faster, right? But it just doesn't feel good to me to
Quietly now.
just kind of gatch your way to win,
Sharing my knowledge.
to get stronger.
Dissipate.
Oh, I forgot. I need to use this. Oh, I meant this.
Comes the catch.
Where's the other hilly troll? Oh, I really did like a 360. Well, more like 180. Actually, more like a 270, right? Do I need to? I'll do this at least. I won't use any burst. You've been farming your account for more than 3 years, and now your account already has plenty of time to become. Yeah, I know, exactly, right? It becomes powerful over time, even if you didn't need to like max things out. And you know what? You know what's crazy to me? There are people who have like maxed out Eula, right? Even a maxed R5 weapon of her, and they're not happy about it nowadays. They would have more fun playing in Nilu's team than playing Eula, which is
You shall perish.
it's just what happens when you kind of chase power too much. Luckily, I still have fun playing Eula.
Illusion shattered.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
And the nice thing is I didn't have to spend that much
Vengeance will
to kind of get her, you know, where she is, right? She's at
more speed.
C4 right now. And that was mainly all because I was saving for a lot of
One with wind and
pulling currency for like a whole year before I actually start pulling. I was playing the game using Beidou for like a whole year. Can you imagine that? I mean, I didn't need any power increase for a long time. Everything was easy in the beginning of the game. It was also really, really fun and satisfying using her counter. I really like that kind of gameplay. Is this one or two? Okay, just one.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Whirling snow. Yeah.
Yeah, just by saving and being patient, you eventually will get the characters maxed out. Eventually, you're gonna run out of, characters you want to pull. Then maybe you can chase that R5 if you have nothing else to do with your currency. Yeah, there will be a time when you have a lot more than you need. I guess it really depends what characters you're kind of working on.
Our bond is strong.
Right? Because obviously if you pull for every character to come out, then you're always going to be kind of low. But if you are very picky with your characters, then you're going to have more than you need. Especially like with, my characters are at a state where I can actually beat a lot of things. Especially like, all Aspire Abyss. I haven't had a need to pull every single character. Or all the good ones. You start saving for wishes for Farina on Yai's make a third banner and wow, you're saving that much for Farina? How much constellations you planning to get on Farina? I'm like, for me, I'm like thinking of trying to get Farina to C2 if possible, which is a stretch. Because I think I only have enough for 2 characters at this point. So it's gonna be, it's gonna require some luck to be able to get her to C2, but at least I can get
Illusion shattered.
a good chance to get her.
Fallen leaves adorn my night.
With the amount of rolls I have saved up. I think, how long have I been saving up? I have all my pulls on YouTube, so let's take a look where the last character I pulled. I feel like I haven't been pulling for a while.
No escape. One with nature.
I think it was actually Kokomi when there was a Kokomi rerun.
Barbados.
Yeah, I didn't need Kokomi initially, right?
Beg for mercy.
But eventually, after seeing more about her and thinking about how well she really fits my team, I decided to go for it. And especially there's a chance that she might work well with Farina, which is the other thought I had. But who knows? I think Farina could potentially replace Kokomi in some of my comps now, knowing that Farina's a healer. She's an interesting kind of healer though. She's not like a pure healer like the way that actually hurt quite a bit. They're water anyways, right? I probably don't need... I don't probably need Yolan's ability. Though that does improve my damage, even if they're immune to water damage.
Our bond is strong.
These are about to get dicey.
They're almost down.
My apologies.
Those guys really hurt. They're so tanky. And you would imagine, like, if I had a crowd character, I'm able to keep them frozen and have an easy time. But nope. They do a lot of damage. I'm kind of afraid to fight them in floor 12 if they ever appear there. Because I don't know the effective strategy to beat those guys yet.
As a jeweler cherishes their...
So she won't replace Kokomi in any sense. 335 is almost 700. You most likely will get Farina at C4. If you spend it all on Farina, yeah, it's surprising how much you save up in Genshin sometimes, right? When you convert it, how much money is worth, like, in real life money, it's usually quite a bit saved up. Yeah, it's a potential I can get her that high. But I still feel like you have to kind of get lucky. Like, you have to kind of win your 50-50s. But usually when I calculate how much characters I get, I assume that I'm going to lose the 50-50. Like the worst case scenario. Seahorse. Dirge. Spin Regenerator Field. Wait a minute. These are different, right? This is a new Spiral Abyss, isn't it? Did I miscalculate? Usually I thought it was 3 times with the same one, but I think the General Warfare wasn't there. There was supposed to be, there was supposed to be a bunch of bosses at the bottom. It still is that way, but these are a bit different. What was it? What was the other boss before? It was the crab in one of these, right? So yeah, this is actually a new Spiral Abyss. Okay, I need to kind of think a little bit harder now. Okay, the seahorse was a lightning seahorse. I remember that. Obviously, if it's an ice wind suite, it sounds like Ayaka. It's probably not the ideal character to be on the bottom. It sounds like it's better to definitely use the Eula team on the bottom. I know a Ayaka team, especially if I use a Hyper Bloom comp, can probably handle the top. That Wind Operative, I haven't fought that much, so I don't really know if there's any weird tricks I need to do to beat that. The Spearmint to Field Generator, it was kind of easy when I beat it in the world, like the normal world boss version of it. It's kind of gimmicky how you have to kind of do a lot of jump attacks, jump slams to kind of fight it. And kind of hop over its attacks. But it wasn't that hard from what I remember. Making sure I have enough healing for the Ice Wind Dirge is part of the kind of important. Same thing, especially with all this wolf. So, it seems I'm pretty settled on using a Hyper Bloom team at the top. So let's go ahead and do that. Because it doesn't seem like it's a lot of small enemies. Right? Or big buff enemies. So having Hyper Bloom is part of the way to go. And then... let me see. Number of rotations does not dictate when it changes. Patch 4.2 comes out. Spiral Abyss. Okay. Yeah, but it's funny, because like for the longest time, I felt like Spiral Abyss tends to be like repeated 3 times before it rotates to the next lineup. But I guess this one the last one only rotated twice. It occurred twice before it rotated to the next lineup. So, okay. So, yeah, I'm just hoping I don't have a really big need to heal. And thanks for subscribing. Yeah, it's this is a new Spiral Abyss. I'm on floor 11. I'm floor 12, the final floor, and I'm looking at the lineup. It's interesting. I don't know whether it's gonna be hard or not, but I'm trying to take my best guess on who to bring for this. I'm thinking Hyper Bloom would work well at the top. And then hoping Eula team. Hoping the Eula team would do well on the bottom. Usually the Eula Raiden team works really well in most cases, except for against like shielded enemies. But I don't see too many shielded enemies on the bottom, so I think that will do. Where's Cookie? Cookie, Nahida, so that's Hyper Bloom, my Fridge Bloom comp, and then Eula, Raiden, Jean, Kazuha. I'm just debating where I need more damage or more healing. I tried this first. There's a chance that if I replace Kazuha with Mika, I could do a lot more damage when I'm using Eula, and also have more healing with that sense as well. But having Kazuha would help with the very first floor. Been grinding Inazuma completion. Oh, you're still working on Inazuma. that's yeah, I haven't even done that yet. You've been lazy with Floor Love 12. Exploring goes to the beginning, chase power now. Yeah, I'm the type of person who, if a new content comes out, I'll probably worry about the new content first. Then if I'm done with the new content, then I will go backwards from there. So I'll probably finish with do Fontaine stuff first, then go back to Sumeru, then go back to Inazuma. I think I'm totally done with Mondstadt and Leeway for the most part. But yeah, Inazuma is like half completed for me. Sumeru was like 30% completed. So yeah, I need to really ramp up and catch up to some of those content. I'm like so torn on whether I should use Kazuha or Mika right now. Because if Mika was at C6, that's an easy answer, but he's at C1. So there's only so much more boost he can do, but he would help against bossing a bit more than Kazuha for these last two. But Kazuha is going to be major for the very first one. You know what? Here. It's experimental, but I think it might be worth it. And if I need to beat the first floor again because there's trouble from the first floor, then I can always bring Kazuha for the second run and finish it for sure. But we'll try this. We have kind of like double healing and kind of a damage buff for the bottom team going on. So hopefully that'll keep the whole team alive on the bottom. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube and yeah, some people might be confused by like Restream Bot, but Restream Bot is just trying to forward between YouTube and Twitch. Okay, let's see. Take the first one, and let's see how this goes. It's just seahorse.
Quietly now. Game's up. Stand with me. Whirling snow.
It's gonna go all out. It's been a while since I last fought it, but I haven't really fought it seriously. Like I literally just kind of nuke it every time I fight it. But he might end up nuking me instead. Oh, that breaks easily.
Committed to me. Busted.
The energy.
These are about to get dicey. Dissipate.
Okay.
Take flight.
Giant kind of flew up at one point.
Whirling snow.
But hey, I'm getting a lot of damage in right now. Do I? I probably want to save my first. We're almost done. Ouch.
Take flight.
Okay, my damage just kind of dropped, so I kind of need to kind of give something. Probably should have used Yaka's burst instead right there, but it's okay. I think it's still a very good time. Would you like to guess what team of yours would drop the Seahorse boss? That's kind of hard because it's really hard to know what's a good team against an Electro team boss, right? But I would assume usually it's some kind of ice comp. Probably something involving Ganyu. Ganyu is usually so good when it comes to a lot of bossing and just a lot of teams in general. Okay. This is a new team for Eula and Raiden that I haven't tested before, so this is going to be interesting.
Illusion shattered. Providing cover fire. Now's your chance.
Ooh, I already made one mistake already, and I think I want to actually use Jean before Mika. This is gonna be a learning experience.
is no escape.
Ouch.
Leave the wounded to me. Engaging.
But unless, where's Jean? Jean. That was some weird lag right there.
My sword.
Unless I'm using Raiden next now, probably want Jean actually at the end. Still have 1 minute.
There is no escape.
Final warning. Now's our chance.
Whoop. It's gonna be hard for me to remember. It's fine, it's fine.
Flood of frost. Rack and ruin.
Are you the last one?
Crush.
You're durable for one little pup. Oh, nope.
Illusion shattered.
Providing cover fire.
Oh, not enough energy. Not good. I wasn't expecting these three. I was hoping it would end after the wolves.
No escape.
Leave the wounded to me.
Ah,
Now you shall perish.
it's okay. I don't need to be perfect star on the first run. They just need to survive.
Engaging.
Because I know for sure I could perfect star it if I had Kazuha.
Hear me.
We already had a hunch that I would have trouble on the very first attempt because of being a little bit more boss oriented. And I did mention that this team does have problem with shield type enemies.
Yeah, now's our chance.
Crush.
I'm gonna go ahead and use it. I was kind of trying to save up.
Condemn you.
They're kind of annoying.
Shudder. Shine down.
Providing cover fire.
I swear by my sword.
Okay, it might be overkill, but I'll do it.
Eternal.
Try many teams, your monopyroclee drop it in 39 seconds. Wow, okay. Klee, Bennett, Jean-Ling, Kazuha. Ah, I can see that. Your Melt Ganyu team took 48 seconds. So you did try Ganyu. Huh? Oh, am I full again? Yeah, I'm probably full on crystals again. So I always get like mail saying, oh, you can't grab your reward because you're too full. You're too full of crystals. Understandable. Okay, so this is where I need to kind of make sure I can get all 3 stars.
I see everything.
Is it really just 2?
Sharing my knowledge.
Quietly now.
Oh, no energy.
No one now.
That's fine.
Ruin snow. Things are about to get dicey.
This came a little bit late. Just a little bit. But these guys aren't the big issue.
Our bond is strong. My apologies.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home.
Busted.
Ouch.
No.
Ooh, I don't like the turning.
Dissipate.
I'm gonna assume this mecha is probably the thing I need to focus on. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But this team has the boss to worry about. It's the ice boss, and I'm probably not good against this ice boss either. I kind of always nuked this boss in the world, so it's gonna be the first time doing it on floor 12. And it's annoying because it's on the second chamber, so every time I failed this chamber, I have to go through the first chamber again. Okay, hopefully this team will do the trick.
There is no escape.
Close enough. Not quite.
Leave the wounded to me.
Yeah, try again.
Barbados, guide us. Beg for mercy. Blood of frost. Eye for an eye.
Oh, it keeps pushing.
Shudder. Illusion shattered.
Let's keep going, team.
I'll probably be fine.
Perish.
Okay, not good, not good, not good. I need to end it quickly. You do a lot of damage. That's why I'm trying to kind of out heal it.
Swear by my sword. Crush. Freeze to the core. Rack and ruin.
Oh, it already exploded. I didn't even notice.
Final warning.
Do I have enough? Not enough. I kind of do want it. I have plenty of time. 40 seconds to kind of beat the boss. That's plenty. Okay. What I should have done is pair Mika's healing with Eula and then use Jean's healing with Raiden. The problem is since I don't use has Kazuha in my team, so I don't have in my team, I don't have enough energy for animal characters to consistently do every rotation, so I kind of have to divide up their burst. I could probably still use their skills though to kind of get energy. Okay, but Chamber 3. If I can get 3-star here, then I'm in a good spot. Character damage within 8 seconds sprint. Yeah, that's gonna be better than the defense, I think. So let's go ahead and do damage. Yeah, so the glow on Ayaka's wrist means she's at C6. She's my first C6 character. Like, at the very beginning of Genshin, like day 1 of Genshin, I knew about Ayaka being a character that was eventually gonna come out. So I saved for Ayaka, thinking she was gonna be coming out soon for, you know, over a year. So by the time she came out, I got her to like, I think C4 in one try in the first time she came out, and then the second time she came out, I topped her off to C6. Though I was actually aiming for some of the 4-star characters that she had during that time, the second run, and accidentally kind of got more copies of her. But yeah, my first C6 Ayaka. I just need her weapon now. Okay. Scroll what enemies were on the top.
The insolent shall be punished.
Really? Just...
Full of wisdom.
It's weird because I'm always expecting to be more enemies appearing.
Here comes the change.
Deal with me. I'll settle this.
Yeah, I'll save my burst just in case. Hyper Bloom is good enough already.
Winter shall eventually.
Give it to me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Nahida's burst.
Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, this is the other enemy right here that I wasn't sure about. Well, since she's like an unknown, let's just go ahead and take her out right off the bat. It's kind of annoying that she's in the air a little bit, but she took a lot of my damage from my burst though anyways. Okay, she's gone.
Grow.
Quiet them now. Here comes the catch.
Stand with me.
Take flight.
I wonder why she's juggling. No, she's jumping around, isn't she? Okay, I think that was very good time. This next boss should be easy. I think the only gimmick you have to worry about is being able to jump and dodge and do a bunch of slam attacks, which this team should be really good at.
Shine down.
Engaging.
Actually, I really should have read on the boss in case they have some other weakness that I didn't know about. Some way to stun it.
Shudder. Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
Oh, is it time to jump already? Ooh.
Crush. Illusion shattered.
Go and fly.
sword!
Final warning!
Now you shall perish!
I haven't ever done this with Raiden before.
Shine down!
Ouch.
Now's our chance!
Shudder! Flood of frost!
I think I'm good. I mean, it hurts a lot. Oh, no.
Illusion shattered!
But I'm also nuking it quite a bit too.
Barbados, guide us! Inazuma shines eternal!
Yeah, I'm good. As long as I don't die by those pulses. And there you go. We got 3 stars on the last 2 parts of the floor 12. So I just need to redo the very first one. Then I'm good to go. Boss has really high geo resist, and when you try Noel's team, was too slow. That makes sense. Noel's 40 to 50k normals? Oof. Your Noel's like really buffed up, but I guess you also like use a bunch of other like geo buffers in your team. Probably like what's his name? That dog. Inazuma General guy. I don't actually have him built, even though I have Noel built. Though I kind of use Noel more of a... Yeah, Goro, that's his name. Yeah, if you use Goro and maybe with Yunjin, then I could see Noel doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I haven't really built a team around Noel before. I kind of use Noel more for fun during multiplayer settings because she kind of does a bit of everything. Shielding, healing, and damage. But she never hits the high when you do it that way. Oh, Albedo! I forgot about that. And yeah, Yalan does more, increases damage too. Yeah, I should have known that one. Yalan is just good with everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab what I have so far and let's get that final star. So since I only have to worry about the very first stage, yeah, Yaka team did pretty well against the horse, so I'm gonna keep that up there. Hyperbloom is just too good. But for the bottom team, I'm just going to use Kazuha instead, and that should fix the issue I have. Those are parallel Abyss mages. Should I bring Kokimi on the bottom? Yeah, I think Kazuha should handle it, right? You know what? I'll bring Kokumi in for fun, just in case. I think it's fine. I think... I'll do it for fun. I don't know what's going to happen if I bring Kokumi for Eula's team instead. But I'm curious to find out. The problem I have is it might and most likely run to energy issues. But I'll play around with it. Cookie and Ida from a Hyper Bloom, and then Kazuha and Kokumi. At least I would have healing on a skill rather than on a burst. It's just energy issues. I don't know how often Kazuha will be able to use his burst. Nilo Bloom team first half and Bloom Barbara slaps. I know I used the Nilo Bloom team quite a bit too back then when Sumeru was still the main region, new region. But I feel like these teams I've been fighting nowadays aren't really strong for Bloom teams, for Nilo Bloom teams. Defense is not going to help me, so I just need to worry about that. Hey, horse.
Just play through a little. Make yourselves
I
a
need to get as much time as possible.
Our bond is strong. My apologies.
Gotta go easy on it because ouch. Because I know it's gonna fly up, right? I could have actually ulted him already.
Whirling snow.
Are you not going up? Oh, maybe I see. Hold on. I'm gonna retry. I think you have to hit enough damage before he flies up. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to kind of miss the majority of my burst because of this. But
Get dice. Stand with me.
okay, you're fine. Okay, you're gonna fly up now, right? Yep, there you go. And I know I need to hit that. Do I don't even need to attack, I just need to dash into it.
Just play through a little.
Quietly now. Here comes the cash. Our bond is strong.
Maybe I could have just done the Hyper Bloom and then save my burst for when it fell down. That actually probably would have been the best way to speed up this run. But I could worry about that next time if I need that extra time. Oh, breaking. Well, I guess Ayaka's, not Ayaka, but yeah, Ayaka's burst probably what really broke like the electric shield very quickly. Yeah, I don't think Hyper Bloom would do that any quicker. So I guess I had to use Ayaka's burst no matter what then. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, there's no fast way I could do that unless I plan it in the way that I have my Hyper Bloom already up by the time it fell down, but I don't think I could really do that. Okay, I don't probably have to worry about that. I think this team can handle this portion pretty well now.
There is no escape.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Rest and rebuild. Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Rack and ruin. Shut up.
Get a little freeze action, which is nice.
Shine down.
Is it
Into the wind,
just these left?
as one with wind and cloud!
Torn to oblivion.
Ouch.
The wind knows me.
Trying to see if I can get as much of them into this.
Remain calm.
Allow me.
Oh, you know what?
Covenant of the Deep.
I can speed it up by doing that.
Freeze to the core.
Yeah, just a little bit of that. Oops. Not done with you. I thought he just died. Okay. Admit it, take out one more Spiral Bit. One, like, Abyss Mage. That's easy.
Hold the line.
I forget that the problem with Pokemon is it doesn't heal your whole team and just the on-field characters. But that's nothing to worry about.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
There you go. My last star. So that means I should have max star now. I'll leave for now. Also, do you know how to bait the Abyss Mages to group up? You know, I think I do. It's just been a long time since I had to do it. So you just kind of run away from them, right? So that they teleport together to you at the same time. And they're all grouped up when you do that. Is that what you're trying to hint at? I remember doing that quite a bit in one of the domains I used to farm. It's just been a while since I had to do that trick. Winter wall and feet sideways. Okay. That's what I thought. But good thing I guess I didn't need that trick after all, right? Because I got max stars. How long did that take me to get that done? It took me like an hour to get Spiral Abyss done. So that's on par time. It's about how long it normally takes. Usually on a really good run where things are kind of going really well, it would take around like 30 minutes the fastest. But in the worst run, it would take me 2 hours. So yeah, not too bad for this Spiral Abyss. It's funny how I did not notice it was a new Spiral Abyss until floor 12. I would think I would notice floor 11 being kind of different. But I guess it doesn't matter so much. I guess it only really matters floor 12. What the floor 12 would be. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and start Neuvillette Story. Oh.
Since we last saw Neuvillette, Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Yeah, I almost forgot. One thing I've been needing to do every time I like finish doing something like Spiral Abyss is I need to use some gacha. Feel like I don't do enough gachas on stream sometimes. I do a lot of gacha videos, but I don't normally stream them all. But I feel like if I have enough to do a 10 pull for the standard banner, then I should do it when I do Spiral Abyss. So, wish me luck. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Maybe weapons. Weapons would be nice. But nope. No 5-star weapon, I guess. Not this time. I forgot what the last standard banner character I got. Any 4-star characters with constellations not maxed out would be nice. But I got stringless, which I have plenty of. Back then, when stringless was like really popular, that would have been really cool. But I think I already have plenty of stringless already. Wait. One thing I do want to know, whenever I even have it on history, who my last, or what my last 5-star was in the standard banner. We're getting kind of close to soft pity. Oh, the last one was a weapon, Primordial Jade Wing Spirit. That's the weapon that's currently on Raiden right now. But hey, I'm pretty sure the next 10 pull I do, I'm gonna get a 5-star. I just need two more fates.
This is a day in the life.
Even though I know it doesn't matter, I just think it's annoying to kind of roll one at a time. But I'll just be a little bit more patient. Yeah, stringless is very good on official. I do agree. That's why I had on official before. But this is what is actually on my official. She has the Skyward Harp, and that one does a lot of damage on her for some reason. So, kind of kept it on her. I haven't really found anybody else to put this weapon on. Because I don't really have too much bow characters kind of worked on that are like DPS oriented. Like Diana is kind of, you know, she's a support. You could say Yelan, but Yelan it's more based on HP than she is on attack. So the additional attack that Skyward Harp has won't really benefit her. I don't use Sarah as much as I thought I would. And she's again a support as well. So literally Fisher's the only like DPS archer I have. And that's why she has the Skyward Harp. And she does a lot of damage when I do use her. Nice. But the problem is I also have Raiden, who's a really good electro support character. So yeah, electro support sub DPS characters. So it's kind of hard for me to use Fisher nowadays. But when I was using Fisher, she was really good. Let's go over the Golden Troop. The Golden Troop. I mean, like, there's only so many ways to do the official build. Like, I guess the biggest question is if you're what artifact set you are using on official. Because I think there's a lot of options you could do on her, especially when there's a new set that just came out that is actually pretty good on her, from what I've been told. Which I have not been farming the new artifact set because I feel like the ones I have on my current characters are fine. It's not this one. It's this one. Increase L12 skill damage. Increases L2 skill damage by 25%. Additionally, when not in the field, you do more, another 25% more damage. So it's a lot of damage for turret characters. I just realized something. I just realized that this is probably the best set you can put on Farina. I've been farming this thing because I was like, I think Fitch is fine what she currently has, and I don't think there's any character that I have that benefit with this more. Because there isn't any character I have that are just focused on normal and charge attacks. Maybe for Noelle, but defense is also really good on her already. When current HP increases, decreases, crit rate would be increased. Yeah, I just haven't had a need for these, but now that I'm thinking that this is probably the most optimal for Farina, then maybe I need to rethink about farming more of this artifact dungeon. And if I have extras, then I can hand official the leftovers. But okay. I'm gonna go to Neuvillette's character story. Where do I need to go? I don't think I have it set. I don't know which one it is. What is it called again? That screen. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, I don't have Linny or the Neuvillette, so that's probably the reason why I haven't really had the need to farm the Hunter set, which I'm assuming that's the other set that's called. I actually don't remember the names of these sets. Let me double check. This one, right? That's a boss. Over here. Yeah, so that's the Hunter and that's the Troop. Okay, got it. So what I'm also wondering is, besides Farina and Fisher, who else would the Troop set be good for? Yeah, I'm gonna ignore side quest for now.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
Yeah, Miko would be really good. Oh, yeah. Hazel? Really? Hazel? Hazel's the punchy guy, right? Punchy animal guy. He has a skill that retains after you switch out. You can have someone else using Deepwood. That's kind of already situational. Huh. I guess his burst probably leaves something behind. I don't use Hazel that much. That's the reason why. I always thought he was like a on-field DPS character, which is why I am surprised.
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Ugh, Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own.
I mean, that's fine, right? I guess it's kind of weird for a judge to kind of investigate it. Usually that's for other people to kind of do.
This is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Planning to break into a new industry? I can introduce you to some amazing detectives.
I trust that you'd be able to work that out with how well connected you are, but I must apologize. I do not plan on relying on anyone else's help for this matter.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
I'm gonna drop. Don't want any spoilers on the quest. Okay, yeah. I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by and watching my Spy Brisk run. Yeah, gonna focus on story. Really focus on it right now.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
What?
Huh?
Yes, Kiara must be somebody that is close to Neuvillette.
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
So here's the problem with this kind of justice system. It doesn't really prevent crime from happening, right? It just punishes crime after it happens. So if it's like a death threat, then it might be too late for that person.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Judging from Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
Oh. It sounds like it's going to be dramatic.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Conflicts of interest? Care to explain the detail?
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you!
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
You're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target. Seem like they're using Melusines against you.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me.
Wow, that's such a low blow. I can see why people kind of, would have a grudge against Neuvillette because he's kind of the judge, right? Holding probably trial over the case and didn't really kind of go towards their side, but man, that's such a wrong move to attack people like that person cares about. It's one thing to attack him. I guess they know they can't beat him, so they're just gonna attack some innocent people.
I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Marechaussee Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider?
I did not know he was considered an outsider.
But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
The Hydra Dragon Sovereign.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others.
I see. That's true. That makes him probably the best person that is very neutral to most of the cases, right?
I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
If you put it that way, we're also outsiders to Fontaine.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
Yeah, I could kind of see it. You probably belong in Fontaine more than any other region, but at the same time, you're still, since you're not really mingling with the community, you still feel like an outsider. It's kind of like going to the school, but not being like close to anybody in school, right? You would kind of feel like an outsider, even though you still go to that school. It's kind of like that.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first. Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Yeah, I kind of like to walk slowly so that I don't accidentally skip the dialogues. Sometimes I get cut when I move too quickly. Yeah. Regarding to my feelings about school, it's kind of funny because I was kind of like a lone wolf when I was back in school. But it's weird because at the same time, you would sometimes see me with lots of groups of people or hang around with groups of people. But it's more of me liking to kind of keep to myself and do my own things than kind of stick with the same group. Yeah, I'm not only in from I'm the type of person who's kind of jumping in between multiple groups and not just sticking with just one.
The weather's amazing today.
Oh, that's Kiara. I mean, I knew it was Melody, but I didn't realize she was. I guess she was a guard. I guess I missed that information.
Huh? Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are?
She doesn't know me? I mean, I guess they are very... They don't really get distracted so much, right? When they're working, they're very focused.
Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you. Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right. I remember now.
She's very nonchalant about this whole situation.
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound too threatening. Catching's a way to put it.
But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Someone who follows you from behind? Someone who always strikes up a conversation with you?
Ah! Did you think of something? Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, she made it sound so non-threatening, but that does sound like a threat right there.
A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
They concealing their identity on purpose or getting spied on?
We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure! Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe.
Yeah, we could be like her bodyguards.
With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it. Thank Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Big Sis Paimon?
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around. So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Wow.
Huh, Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it, Paimon. Big Sis Paimon. Gonna be the only time I ever hear someone call her by that name.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're on a secret mission. It'll probably giving it away if we're telling anybody that we're protecting Kiara, right?
All right. Guess I shouldn't have asked.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
Oh.
Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's going pretty okay so far. Like, I still feel kind of weird on the throat, but it hasn't gotten worse, so that's why I'm still streaming. Can say last time, stressful morning. It's no problem. Just tuning in whenever you can is always a good thing for me.
Seems like they get along really well.
Yeah, it's good to have people to talk to.
Huh? What are you looking at?
Yeah, just doing Neuvillette Story in Genshin right now. I think there's someone over there. Did I just miss it?
Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
Wait, which way? Okay, it's actually this way. A reporter? I know you.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Ah! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter?
What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
Hello, FP. What does FP stand for?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream.
Every time I think about FP, it makes me think of like Friend Point.
But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Wait, don't I owe Charlotte a story about Risley? I don't think we ever talked to her after the whole main story, right? Anyways, I don't think he would agree. It's better if we kept his secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. What a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
This is coming from a journalist. I guess sometimes she needs to be able to keep some secrets, right?
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Yeah, I know, right? How could they?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her.
Oh, is this all related?
I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines, so...
Yeah, Neuvillette seems like he's kind of almost like a celebrity in Fontaine, right? So that makes sense.
Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, alright?
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
Oh, another person here.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
That's Corenda, right?
I think it's great.
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Yep.
Coran, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I kind of thought... I was like wondering if there's any other character that had a very similar looking outfit, but I couldn't really tell from her back. But now that I see her front, I can tell.
It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Kuja Sara's twin. Loran? I could kind of see it. I think they're different enough where I wouldn't like initially think of that, but yeah, they're both kind of like dutiful, right?
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
I think she can handle that for sure. Forget that this isn't Emolian's story. It's Neuvillette's story, so should be interacting with him more often. Okay, where is he though? Oh, over here. This is just me being colorblind. It happens sometimes. Hopefully he has a little bit more clues of who the suspect can be.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
What happens if Coloran was the person who's trying to kidnap Kiara?
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I have judged over the past decade.
That's right. Wait. It has to be somebody that he's judged before that didn't go to, the way the suspect kind of was hoping the case would go, right? But would it be involving Kiara as well?
I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
Makes sense.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Where would I even start? Oh, it looks like I need to review the ones on the desk as well, anyways. Callus, boss of the Spina de Rosa, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injuries. The defense of his honor has now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objections throughout the trial. Codex Neuvillette reserved judgment in this case. Its details are still under investigation. Yes, there could be a suspect that blamed Neuvillette for Cal's sacrifice. Even though it's Callus's own, kind of own plan to kind of die in that duel. That's something Neuvillette can't really prevent. Would someone blame Neuvillette because of that? The defendant Risley has confessed to his crime and was declared guilty by Codex Neuvillette. Risley will be exiled to the fortress in Meripede, and he will be serving his sentence. During this trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. Huh. Did Risley... Did he do it on purpose? Like, maybe he didn't do the crime, but he pretended he did, so he would kind of go to the fortress. Because it seems like he does like his life down there, but I don't know much about Risley at this point, besides that he's a warden down there. There has been a severe bribery scandal with the guards. The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. The suspects have confessed to their crimes. Bribe. The Representation Council has filed a request to collaborate with the Marchusei Phantom on certain public events. Based on research, they believe that the Milazines can enhance the popularity of these events. The Marchusei's, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm going to just roll with it. Phantom has yet to respond. However, it has not prohibited the Milazines from participating in such activities. The smuggling case was solved by a joint force of the guards and the Marchusei's Phantom. The principal offender has received judgment based on the severity of their crime. Please refer to the appendix of the list of names.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself.
Probably too much thinking he can count, right?
If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
Yeah.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Huh? Yeah, kind of awkward silence, right?
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Yeah.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Memonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Well, all these years, he doesn't know how to kind of interact with people.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
Outside of business. But yeah, huh. That's crazy.
Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc. What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
It probably is water.
Astute observation. It is indeed water.
Yeah, I guess he just drinks water. Considering he's a hydro dragon, I guess that's just what they prefer. But I guess yeah, he never really drank with other people before. Usually water is probably the most plain thing to give people. Usually it's at least going to be tea, right?
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine. including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
Water from all different regions. I mean, there are lots of water that I kind of like that. He's not wrong. But is there any difference? They're all just water, aren't they?
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
Kind of like tea.
What do you think?
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all.
Yeah, you just need a...
It's just normal water?
Yeah, you just need a really... I guess if you drink just water for a long time, you could taste the differences, right? Especially from certain regions. But yeah, like it took me a while when I drink tea to kind of start tasting the difference. It's more easier probably to tell when it comes to tea, but water, there are differences. It's just a little bit more harder to tell.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway?
So Hydro Dragon, what do you expect?
Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
That could be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around?
It's not really because he's a Hydro Dragon, but it's probably more because he's been around longer than most people.
Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society? Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Is there anyone who can answer those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
I see.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
Fountain of Lucine?
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look!
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Yeah, I guess it would be weird if we disappeared into the fountain together. But anyways, I think... Well, here, let me walk over there right quick. I just want to see whether it triggers by walking or by talking. Oh, I forgot that the water fountain is kind of on the other side of the region.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Who are you?
Are they headed towards the Fountain of Lucine?
Kind of rare to have an NPC randomly talking. It sounds like they're...
I probably shouldn't disturb them. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because even though Neuvillette is technically with me, can't see him normally. This is bird gonna talk to.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
Besides those two people.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a good spot to kind of end the stream, but I didn't want to accidentally walk here and trigger this whole thing while not streaming, so... When you mention it, not really. Should I drink more Primordial seawater?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you... Whoa, it's glowing!
Oh, did it suck me in too? Sounds like this is a point of return. But nice if they asked me before pull me into here. What just happened? Everything looks a little different from how they are normally. Should continue forward and take a look around. Obviously, I think I'm in some kind of memory. This definitely isn't reality. Huh?
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
Maréchaussée Phantom. Maréchaussée Phantom, okay. I'm trying to remember how that's pronounced.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village, but I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head, and I tried really hard not to cry.
What? How could they? Unacceptable. I can't. I'm like so mad just hearing this.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Now we're going through the events that Neuvillette kind of regretted how it resulted. We're actually seeing it kind of cinematically, at least the conversations. So Carol, in the end, I'm trying to say find the right way to say this, but she didn't live at the end of this story. This is going to be traumatic.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello, I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Isn't she technically a guard too?
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Huh?
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation. There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you.
Obviously, somebody's spreading bad rumors, and again, they're doing it to target Neuvillette. At least that's what Neuvillette's story kind of concluded. But again, it kind of sucks that Melazines are in the crossfire for all of this.
There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
Yeah, because we already know how the story is gonna kind of end. It's kind of getting hard to kind of press forward, knowing what the results are gonna be. Yeah, this is not only making me think about, the game's history and stuff, but it's also thinking about, how human history has been when, people from other, countries, when they're foreigners, are kind of going to integrate to a place for the first time. This is kind of a similar story that they would face.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melazines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere, unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Turn the murderer in!
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
I mean, probably too soon to mention this.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young.
But he sees...
Just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal.
Yeah, so he does see Carol like his younger sister.
From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you. I will take responsibility for everything.
Oh, he's trying to take the law into his own hands. It's not gonna go well. So try gonna end up, I wonder? Wait, am I doing the trial thing?
They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
It's not how it's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna do his duty and do what's right, even that means. Even if it means betraying his friends. Does he even consider their...
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order!
It's gonna be... This is a rough position to be in.
I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
What was that?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Wow, the Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices news from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
Memories I saw were related to you.
Which ones?
From when you brought Carol to the court of Fontaine, to when you declared Vautrine guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Well, here's the thing. Things are different now. Apparently, people nowadays in Fontaine are definitely accepting of Malzines more than they were back then. So that's probably the biggest difference. And while there might be other things that might look the same, the situation is a lot more better now. So that's the one thing I was gonna, when I said that maybe that wasn't the time to mention. It was the fact that Carol's what she did way back then wasn't all for nothing. It seemed like it paved the way to, bring Malzines and the humans of Fontaine together. So, in a way, she achieved her dream, even if it meant she had to sacrifice for herself for it. And in that sense, her life actually has a lot of meaning. It's just, sometimes it's sad to me that sometimes a sacrifice needs to be done to kind of achieve that, but in a way, it was for the better. It's a tough story.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
It definitely makes you think if there could have been a way that didn't require a sacrifice. There probably could have been. It's just mistakes upon mistakes is what caused everything to end the way it did, right?
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
Yeah, I guess Charlotte was right about that for sure.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
Yeah, that's very fast.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight.
Yeah, if anything, that would protect her a bit more.
What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Yeah, well, I did say that I think the way things are now, the results will probably be different. At least I would hope so.
What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Guess I'm not completely done for tonight yet.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
Quite different from the past.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
Pretty much like a 180.
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the Special Patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Isn't that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
I really hope that letter was just some big misunderstanding. I feel like it's gonna be one big misunderstanding. Even though it could be related to the smuggling place, feels a little bit unlikely, even though it's a possibility. Yeah, I'm even though I need to go to sleep, I'm kind of motivated to kind of keep on going until reach the end of this. I feel it's getting close to the end. If it's a misunderstanding, it'll be really quick. If it's actually a legit threat, then it'd probably be a little bit more longer. You know, this is probably a good place to stop. It's go a little bit longer, just a little bit more. Bribery. Say it was a smuggling case, right? Wait, there's something I didn't read here. Smuggling case.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inika, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Should we tell Nabia about this?
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina di Rosula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Right? Well, if it happens that quickly, then it's just a matter of finding out the truth, right? And going back and forth between... I think I'm in here right now. I'm gonna say that. Going back between the court is kind of probably... It seems annoying to me how long you have to kind of travel, but maybe it's quicker than what it seems. With the whole like boat thing they have going on, the Aquabus. At the cafe, it feels like it has to be a misunderstanding.
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off.
Yeah, watch. It's gonna be a misunderstanding. The probably meant something else, but you know, based on all the rumors that have been spreading around, they realize what they kind of messed up, and they're kind of feeling bad about it. That's what I think is happening.
But, oh well, let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essa here?
Yes, that's me.
You're Essa?
Yes, monsieur, Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
NoukonNeko. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
NoukonNeko? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find NoukonNeko first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fortress right now.
Completing the current quest may cause parts of the following quests to become occupied. Progress cannot be made at the occupied quest. Unfinished comedy. I don't know what that one was, but I think we just can continue for now. It just means some other character were probably involved. Yeah, this is kind of the reason why I'm trying to not really start too many side quests, but looks like I still got caught up with one bit anyways. Okay, so the nice thing about the fortress is it's a very low chance that I could have made, you know, a mistake kind of walking to this. So if we get a place to stop, but I do want to know what's going on. So it could still be some giant misunderstanding of these guys. Could be actually thankful and meant something else, but it could still be a revenge case where they, you know, they kind of want to take revenge after Carol. But that revenge after Carol's, it's just kind of seems a bit too personal for something so. It's a weird like how about everybody to get revenge? It's just a weird person to go after. Is that a C6 Ayaka? It is a C6 Ayaka. I like how the hand that Ayaka has kind of gives it away. But
Monsieur Neuvillette?
But yeah, whenever Ayaka gets C6, her hand glows, right? Which lets you know that when you use the charge attack, it's a bit stronger than normal. And you can also tell because of the sparkly blossoms that happens when you do this. Yes, it's a C6 Ayaka. I know, I didn't have enough to afford the Mistsplitter at the time.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
One day, eventually, just not right now.
We're back!
And keep in mind,
And a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
keep in mind, I did not well for Ayaka. I didn't spend a huge amount for her either. Like, I just slowly, you know, as much as spent in the game was, you know, going for the Walking Moon, and just accumulated so much Primo Gems that eventually I had enough to get C6 Ayaka just over time. So when I'm out of Primo Gems to roll on a character, that's just where it ends.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up.
Can you have an account review when you have the time? I think you asked me this before, right? No, I think you're new. Someone with a similar name kind of asked me to do the same thing. I'm not usually the best person to do an account review. Maybe if I get a group of other friends, then maybe we could do it more properly. But I think I'm just a little bit more focused right now on catching up on more story quests in Genshin at the moment to do account reviews. But yeah, I get these all the time. I just don't. It just feels a bit weird for me to kind of do it. Because sometimes I'm the type of person who likes to focus on a handful of characters, but that means I'm not an expert with a lot of other characters. So I don't know how to build a lot of other characters compared to someone who, play with all the characters in the game. And I think a lot of other people are a little more qualified than I am. Unless the characters you're asking me to review are the characters I am currently playing, then that's the only way I could really say whether you did a good job with raising them up or not. But yeah, it's a thought for the future. Just, I think not right now.
Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
Yeah, I don't think I have any time for it right now.
I do remember a thing or two about NoukonNeko. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Oh, so he is still causing trouble.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, NoukonNeko doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet NoukonNeko in person and have my questions answered. That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Oh, did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sigewinne!
Melazine and Kiara received a threatening letter.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal? Wriothesley. Okay, I get it. I'll bring NoukonNeko to you. That's your only demand, correct? Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were you, Your Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Oh, you haven't done the Archon quest. Yeah, I'm done with the Archon quest. This isn't the Archon quest, but it still is kind of a spoiler for the Archon quest in some ways, because this character story takes place after the Archon quest. I understand. No problem. I'll see you in the future. But yeah, hopefully when I go backwards and cover some of the older content, it won't be spoilers for too many people.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that.
Is this Neuvillette's story quest? That's correct. This is like I'm thinking I'm around the end half of his story quest.
But enough jokes. I'll look for NoukonNeko and bring him to you.
Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Basically, we're investigating a case where someone close to Neuvillette is getting targeted through some kind of threatening harassment. And Neuvillette wants to kind of find out the reason why, and that's why we're talking to this person. I'm thinking initially thinking it must be some kind of misunderstanding.
Infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
Let me know when you decide to do your account review. Can you like leave me some information how to like get in touch of your account? So what I'm thinking is, yeah, I get account review requests all the time. If I get like them all gathered up and we have enough to do an account review, then maybe with the help of some of my friends that I have streamed with in the past, who also are big fans of playing Genshin, right? Combining us three together, we could do a more accurate account review. But I think we just need enough accounts to kind of view over in the first place. And another thing is I need to pitch them the idea. So while it's a possible idea to kind of get this all going, it's just one, I need to kind of talk a bit. Needs a bit more time, and yeah, we need more accounts. So, but yeah, you would probably be on top of the list if we ever do decide to do something like this. What adventure rank I am? I am at AR 60. I've been AR 60 for a long time now. I've been playing since the very beginning of the game. So yeah, I feel like I'm an AR 60 ever since around the end of Inazuma content. Around that time. So yeah, by the time Samira came, I'm already at AR 60. Sub anyway, thanks for the sub, and yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, yeah, I'll let you guys know whenever I do decide to pull like some kind of account review plan, right? And yeah, definitely in the comments or like somewhere, just let me know. That's the thing, I need to figure out what to kind of connect to people's account, because being in different regions means I can't like UID search you sometimes, right? That's one of the biggest barrier. So we need to kind of be able to see that account through some other source. And no, I'm not gonna be trying to log into your account, because I feel like that's something you should never really hand to people. So I heard there was some kind of other website that can let you see your account information somewhere, but I just never really done research to figure out where it is. Alright, am I pulling for Farina? I am planning to pull for Farina. So you can look forward to seeing that in the future. I do post my gacha videos quite a bit. That's kind of how a lot of my channel kind of started in the first place. Not just with Genshin, but a lot of other gacha games. Yeah, I do a lot of gacha videos, and then I stream a lot of games. That's kind of what I do. Okay, I need to go deep. Wait, not deep. I need to go up. Everyone is above me. Enter UID, see the detail, if they have the character showcased. Well, you want to give me your UID right now? I wouldn't mind seeing if it's possible, but usually you have to be in the same server, which is going to be the main issue.
Think about it. I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Huh? What'd I miss? Yeah, this isn't the only thing that people request me. Sometimes people say like there was like an event where there's a kind of rhythm game event mini game going on, and then people can make custom mini games. There are times people request for me to try some of their songs, but them being in different servers didn't let me kind of try it. So again, server issues.
Please rest here for a moment.
I'll test it after this.
Anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Seishuin. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
Criminals we passed by earlier.
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Hi man, I would go. You're not exactly a sight for sore eyes around here.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Okay, I'm gonna test this very quick. I won't do the full thing right now, but I want to know whether I'm able to see your UDID. Search. 6406636. Search. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. Different servers feel bad in EU. Yeah, I kind of... Yeah, I stream pretty late, so I tend to get lots of people who watches me kind of across the world. So it tends to happen a lot that we're on different servers. How many people you play, meet online, we're in Asia, and it, yeah, I could see that. And hello, Tree Lai. You're definitely someone I've never seen before, but welcome to my stream. I'm in the tail end of Neuvillette's character story right now. I think I am. Either I'm midway or I'm in the tail end. Not like I really know when it ends, but I feel like it's getting close to the end. Then again, I have been traveling around quite a bit to kind of solve this mystery, this threatening letter being sent to a Melusine called Carol. And it's funny because it's kind of overtime. I normally kind of end my stream earlier, about usually 50 minutes ago, but this, you know how Genshin stories are. They kind of keep on pulling you in, and it's kind of hard to not keep going forward. Show us some of your builds. As old as AR60, you have some cool ones. I mean, I probably won't show builds right now, but I can quickly show you all the characters I kind of have worked on, right? And I will mention some of the key characters that are kind of high constellations. So Ayaka obviously is at C6. It's been the character from the very beginning of the game I was looking forward to getting my hands on, and I had a lot saved up for her by the time she did came out. Beginning of Genshin, there were leaks about her, and people just... I mean, I was just thinking that she was going to be coming out the next month, but, I keep waiting, and ended up being over a year before she actually came out. That's how long they've been working on her, right? But Eula would probably be... I think she's at C4, my third highest constellation character. And Raiden's at C5. Raiden's rerun's coming up soon, so there might be a chance I can get her to C6. But I think for Farine, she is probably going to be my priority first. Get my hands on a couple copies of her first before I even think of trying to finish Raiden. Yeah, Yuan, I think it's at C0, but it would be nice to get her to C1. Kazuha is actually has a decent amount of constellations, I think. Just one. Yeah, so I've been around for a long time when I think about it. Yeah, is at C0. I picked her up because I like her design, but I couldn't really find a place for her into my teams. So she's been sidelined for a long time. Especially when someone like Fischl has kind of outperforming her. Yeah, I think Yai just needs more constellations for her to kind of be more useful for my teams. Venti is part of my first 5-star character. I think you're at C0. Pokemon is my recent character that I just got onto my account that I thought was a good, very good fit for my teams. Yeah, and then I think that's mostly a quick summary of my teams right now. C6 Yai is one of the best C6 in the game. I would say so. Yeah, you definitely need a lot of constellations for her. Like maybe even it probably only takes like 2 constellations for her to be better than my current Fischl. Okay, wait. You know, there's something I just realized. Sometimes I forgot to turn that off, but there has been cases where I do main story and people join me midway. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then I can't have to redo the story because it kind of bugs out the story. But okay, let's see. How many primals and pity? So how much I have right now, or how much it took me to get some of the characters before? Because right now, this is how much I have. How much rolls is that? It's a lot, right? It's definitely enough for me to get at least probably 2 copies of Farina. Some people said that part can get up to like 4. But I think that's being very optimistic. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And I'm currently... Actually, I forgot how far I am in getting close to pity. Oh, Chinari was the recent one. So the next 5-star character is going to be guaranteed a future character. But I'm at the very beginning of a pity. So yeah, for sure I'll be able to get 1 copy. Getting 2 copies is a good chance, but it's not guaranteed. Yeah, if I can get C2, that'll be ideal. Yeah, we'll see.
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
Help each other. Do all you can to further justice. Do not detest just judgment. The above are the 3 principles of the Mutual Aid Network. All are welcome to join, and membership is free. There are no compulsory group events. The Mutual Aid Network encourages members to do what they are able, including but not limited to cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. It is hoped that all Mutual Aid Network members will, during their time in the Fortress of Meripede, face up to the crimes they have committed, encourage each other, support each other, and welcome the future together.
Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged. Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
That doesn't seem that bad. Feels like these guys could have turned over a new leaf, right? Maybe they're just very thankful to Carol.
Anything you need?
The badge you're wearing.
Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago. We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress. But people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
Yeah, they don't sound that bad after all.
You two look kind of familiar.
The badge you're wearing.
It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
That sounds familiar, right? The Medal of Peace?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
You know, the case with Carol and everything, wonder how long ago that was. I kind of missed that little detail. Kind of thought it was long ago, but could it be that the one guy who, the one captain who became guilty, still alive? I kind of doubt it.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
He is, we old.
The badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh! So the network was inspired by... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found NoukonNeko.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Oh, reset. Telling you, this has to be a misunderstanding. It has to be a misunderstanding. I'm pretty sure the guy turned a new leaf and he's trying to thank Carol, but he put it in such a weird way with that letter that it seems like a threat letter. It's weird because I feel like Genshin like when it comes to character stories, try to find some reason for the character that is featured for you to try them in battle, but it really feels like we're been in situations where we haven't had to need to do that. There has been not much battling when it comes to Fontaine. Everything's done by trial and cases. It's more proper to say cases in trial.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, NoukonNeko. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
This is not excused by the way.
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force it to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later.
So it was a real threat?
So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
Okay, I thought so. I was thinking it was going to be around the time when he first took office. But yeah, that's like too long, so it's not the same organization, that's for sure.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with NoukonNeko.
Charities like that won't ever happen again.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped NoukonNeko send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
You're not going to...
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What?
Doesn't he hate Neuvillette?
During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
You know, the way he acted in court, it didn't make sense to me when I think about it. I thought it was weird when the way he was, right? It feels like he knew what he was getting himself into and knew what the consequences were. But now I just realized that maybe he was just trying to act like a villain on purpose so that Neuvillette wouldn't feel bad giving him the guilty verdict.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
So in other words, he, just like Carol, he sacrificed himself. All for Neuvillette and Carl's ideals.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
It's quite a sacrifice.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. So much time has passed since then. Perhaps the lines between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Forgot that when he said it rains.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melazines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, When you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
And that gave me goosebumps. The other thing I was wondering is how old is he? Because time probably works differently for him, even though 400 years is probably long for us. It's probably could be short for him.
Is the matter resolved?
And that's probably the reason why maybe he doesn't understand that things change so quickly, at least for him. But that's just my guess. He can't be that old, can he?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief!
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
He's excited.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communiqué to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Oh, the last part, I suppose. Can't be any longer than this, right? Let's try this. Let's hopefully bring it home. So the guy was malicious intentions was real. It was not a misunderstanding, but he just didn't understand the scope, you know, how wrong it is to kind of trying to threaten a Melusine, and now he's kind of regretting his action, right? If anybody found the word of, you know, what he did, he could get in trouble, and that's the reason why he wanted the safety to be guaranteed. And then that threat was just an empty threat, really, so Carol should be already mixed in the names of the Melusines. Yeah, Kiara should be fine. Kind of interesting that she's able to fall asleep kind of standing up, but she's gonna be glad to hear the news of all this, I think.
Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember NoukonNeko? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things.
Don't worry, I'm like that too sometimes.
By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time.
What? That's 400 years ago when the whole thing happened. How long does Melusine live for?
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot! Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
They look so happy when they walk around like that. Okay. That was a very heavy story. Yeah, it was it's been both happy and both sad. It's sad of what happened to Carol, right? But it's also happy that, you know, things eventually change and Carol's dream did come true and things are much better for Melusines now than they were back in the past. Away for personal reasons. We'll be back in a day. Personal reasons? Oh me, oh my, has our Chief Justice finally... If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, you should follow my example and go out more often. You need to go get to know your people better. Even if something unfortunate happens, you still run into lots of unique characters along the way. What do you think? The human world isn't so bad, is it now? Can I still talk to him? It's kind of rare to be able to see a character still sitting around.
I really can't fathom what goes on in her head sometimes.
Oh, we're talking about Farina. Okay, well, anyways, we are done with Neuvillette's character story, even though I intended to only do a part of it. I actually ended up doing the whole thing, and even finish my commission. But I am currently full of those ores again, which I need to get rid of. Let me do that very quick. God, is it actually down there or is it down this way? Okay, I need to take out at least, I feel like I should take out like 1,000, but I'll take out 500. That's a safe number to be. It's crazy that I had to toss this away. But this is what happens when you have too much resources. Okay, that should be good for now. Yeah, I would be stuck with a bunch of this because of all that. I'm gonna grab all that now. That should let me grab my commissions now. Okay, cool. Guess I'm done with commissions today. But okay. Well, this is where I probably should call it a night. But yeah, me going this far over time is a good indication of, you know, this is what Genshin is, why I still play Genshin nowadays. It's storytelling is just too great sometimes to not continue following and much more. They put a lot of thought into the story no matter how you look at it, right? Yeah, and it definitely is what really gives me a lot of joy to kind of go through and play. And the only regret I have with all of this is how much sleep I keep losing playing Genshin sometimes, but I think it's okay. We got a good story in the end, and we finish a whole character story. Then maybe, I guess tomorrow, when I play more Genshin, I will cover Lynette's... Did I say his name right? Lynette? I'm getting the names mixed out with someone else. Lynette is the sister. But yeah, I'll probably do... Wait, can I? Yeah, I still should be able to unlock it. But yeah, I'll probably do Linny's character story next. Slowly go backwards, right? And eventually cover all the character stories. I wouldn't do all of them in this, like next week. I think this is gonna be my final week for Genshin for a while before I take a little break and try to focus on other games. But I'll do as much as I can this week in Genshin. I probably could do Lini's tomorrow, and if I finish that tomorrow, then do Yoyumiya's after. But that's gonna be what's gonna look like in the next few days.
A blade is like a tea.
And then we're of course gonna have more Baldur's Gate stream in the weekend. Though that's still, I think that's still to be determined which day exactly would that call-out stream would be. But yeah, that's what you guys can expect in the next few days. So if you guys want to see me do more Genshin stuff, I'll see you in the next couple of days, I guess. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get some sleep. So, NoukonNeko signing out. Bye.